Hello everyone and welcome. In this video I'll be showing you the freeware add-on of the EA-7 Edgley Optica by Nuke TV. This can be found on FlightSim.2 and I'll provide the link in the description. I remember seeing an Optica at Cambridge when I was a youngster, and as ugly as it is, there's just something about it. I quite like it. I guess it's just the all-round visibility, I guess, and the ducted fan. Just sort of, it was different back in the 80s. It was something out of the ordinary. So I guess that's what rubbed off on me, I guess. But yeah, nicely modelled. And I believe it's native to FlightSim 2020 and not been ported over from FSX. As you can see, it's quite detailed. I'll jump inside, and 3 seats in an odd layout. First aid kit always essential. You can see into the ducted fan at the back there, fire extinguisher. There are a couple of unusual add-ons. Well, one's an unusual add-on, but I'll get to that at some point. So yeah, you got your glass cockpit of sorts here for your sat nav or navigation system. Sting gauges for your airspeed, artificial horizon, altitude, compass, vertical velocity indicator, and your turn slip indicator. Down here you've got some other gauges which I can't quite see what they are. Manifold, pressure, and all them lovely oily bits and pieces. There's your circuit breakers. And you've got a handbrake, funnily enough, and that's your tank selector, flaps, trim wheel, throttle mixture. So yeah, overall pretty simple, but that's the appeal. You don't want anything complex when you're getting in. You've got all your lights at the top there, avionics switch, your fuel pump, and your pitot heat. And fully animated stick, rudder pedals. So yeah, we can get this bad boy started up. So we'll turn on the battery, which is here, and the alternator. We'll stick some lights on, nav strobes, stick the fuel pump on, tank selector for both. Make sure the mixture's full, and then flick the key. And we have some life. Now, we'll flick on the avionics. Come to life. And flick on the taxi light. Pitot heat, even though we're not really going to need it. 1 notch of flap. Trim for takeoff. Okay, and just to give you a taste of what it's like when you start off in the actual aircraft and start up for the first time, this guy over here decides to invite himself into the cockpit and give you a pushback, which I find unusual for a GA aircraft, but that's been included, and very strange to watch. So what I've done is I've started up previous, let him do what he's got to do, and then I've started up here, and we're at Woodvale, up in Lancashire, and that was a Yorkshire accent, so that was bad on my part. Yeah, Woodvale Air Base, which is or was home to tutors of the University Air Squadrons. But anyway, This is custom scenery again from FlightSim.2. I'll provide the link for that as well in the description. Okay, so we'll jump back out. There's only one livery for this, and that's G Aero. There is another one that has been created on FlightSim.2, but that is the United States Coast Guard. It doesn't really appeal to me, but you can download the paint kit and have a go yourself. So that's free to download. So let's get our taxi on. What we'll do is we'll taxi down to 2-1. I'll do a little flight out over the sea and come back again, just give you an idea of the general handling and things. As you know, I'm more of a military simmer, but I do like the Optica. Always been a weird and wonderful aircraft. So when I saw this on FlightSim.2 to download, I jumped at the chance. And I will say it's pretty solid, nice and easy to fly, trims out well, and well, as it's made for low altitude observation, you would kind of guess it would be good at being trimmed out and flying at slow speeds. Here we are at the end of 2-1, and like I say, I'll take off, I'll take a right, go over the sea and just give it a little bit of a chuck about, and then fly back to Woodvale. I've already been cleared by ATC, so I'll go straight out. Right, no point in lining up and all that. The side wind. And we're up. Nice and easy. One thing I didn't do was switch from taxi lights to landing lights. Oh, you liar, you cleared me a minute ago. ATC. Just gonna... Right. Okay, so we're going to trim out. Throttle back, as we don't need to be on full throttle. There we go, pretty much trimmed out there. And again, like I say, it's very stable, as you'd expect. Now I'm going to go through the two add-ons that, well, one that's a bit of a surprise to me, and the other one not so surprising, but a good add-on nonetheless. These three buttons here, well, that's the panel lights on and off. We don't need that, it's daylight. This one, hide and display winter kit. So if we go back outside, we now have a set of skis, so we can now do our landings on snow. Jump back in, take that off. Now if we push this one, man's best friend, we now have a dog in the cockpit. Now that is a strange add-on, but cute nonetheless. Right, so we are coming to 3,000 feet. Make our way back to Woodvale. As you'd expect, it's not the aerobatic type. You might be able to get a roll out of it if you stick it in a dive. Pull up. Very slow roll. And the expected nosedive. But yeah, not the fastest of movers, but it's a good one for slow, gentle navigational flights, but don't expect it to set your hair on fire. Right, okay, so we start decelerating. Start descending back on 2-1. Let's bleed some of that speed off. Keep the nose up, drop the throttle. Drop the notcher flap, make it slightly easier on myself to keep it in the air, bring it into the turn, another notcher flap, just trim up a bit, another notch. I believe there's 5 notches of flap on this, or 6, so you can take your time in bringing it down. Another notch. There must be 6 notches of flap. Another one. So we're on finals. Maybe a little bit high here. Not a problem. Just drop the speed a little bit. And there's the stall warning. You're looking at around 70 knots for stall. Again, there's a slight side wind. That's us down. Okay. Right, well, it's like I say, it's an enjoyable little fly around. Well modelled, very stable, trims out nicely, and would be great for, I don't know, maybe some formation flying, cross navigation to other places, I don't know, whatever you could find a use for, really. And these aircraft are quite rare now. They were going to be used as police observation aircraft, but that never got put into service, so a lot of these disappeared off into other places. But anyway, like I say, good flyer, great fun if you don't like your Fast and Furious, and everything works nicely. So nice one, Nuke TV and Aerosaw. Anyway, you got this far, thank you for watching, and as always, take care, and I'll catch you in the next one.